Habits 365 Conscious Minds Podcast.
Hey guys, what's up? And welcome back to the Conscious Minds Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Holbert, and we are joined with my co-host, Eli Zaid, who is the founder and CEO of Habits 365. It's great to have you on, Eli.
Hey guys, how's it going? Great to see you all again. This is another episode of our Conscious Minds podcast. And today we have an extremely special guest who is an American professional baseball player who is a third baseman and has previously played for the Cincinnati Reds, Chicago White Sox, New York Yankees, Texas Rangers, New York Mets, and the Pittsburgh Pirates, and is a two-time All-Star, one-time Home Run Derby winner, and most importantly, now a silver medalist. So Todd Fraizer, it's amazing to have you here today.
Hey, man, thanks for having me. You did really well. I thought you were going to forget a team there because there's so many. You did perfect.
You went down the list and we got it all checked off. So
Perfect. We're good.
So kind of kicking things off, like obviously being a silver medalist really recently, only a few weeks ago. That's, amazing. Congrats to you. How was the whole Olympic experience, and how did that sort of treat you?
Yeah, it was great. I mean, the 13-hour flight, that was probably the toughest thing about it. But, I upgraded. I made sure I got a better seat. At the end of the day, it was awesome. I mean, you're meeting – I call them specimens because these people from other country, some guys are monsters. You got little people that have bigger muscles than me. You have people that can run like the wind. And I tried talking to everybody, which was great. We were allowed to talk to everybody, sit next to people.
Oh, that's awesome.
Pin trading was a big thing there. We've traded a lot of pins. I got over 100 different countries' pins now. And then we played baseball. So that's the fun part, too, of it. So
that's good about it.
yeah, so it was a good time. Food was great. Clean in one of the cleanest cities I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
And the experience overall was 10 out of 10. It was awesome.
Yeah, no, I heard it was just incredible, and especially the baseball, obviously. I heard it was very, very, because my dad had done a few trips there, like really long ago. He was like, it's one of the nicest places ever. Like just the subway stations, the restaurant, everything is so clean.
Yeah,
he just felt so fine to just go outside and not get dirty or anything.
it was unbelievable. And then I tell you this, I saw one piece of trash on the ground in my 18 days there. I walked to go to the store, came back, it was already picked up. So, I mean,
my God.
They had two people working at every garbage station. Like, if you threw something wrong in there, they said, no problem. Pick it out themselves and put it in the right particle, right trash. It was unbelievable.
So funny. Oh, my God.
that's a cool experience. I mean, especially being an Olympian silver medalist. I mean, how did that experience kind of like help like you grow as a person? I feel like that's something that doesn't happen all the time for anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I don't know anybody I know a couple people who do, but not like on a personal level. So, this is what one of my coaches said: you play for bronze, you play for gold, and you settle for silver. But I said, listen, I'll take silver, so I'll settle.
Oh yeah.
Even though that bodes well, at the end of the day, I can always say I'm a medalist in the Olympics, and second place is not bad. I think about my whole career, honestly, and then this could be the culmination of my whole career, basically, if I don't play again. And I pinch myself thinking, listen, my last game, I won a silver medal in the Tokyo Olympic Games.
Yeah.
What could be better than that besides winning gold,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not the worst way to end ever.
No doubt. We'll take it.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, Todd, one of the overarching themes we try to touch on this podcast is like, what type of habits have you developed as a person that helped you get to the places that you wanted to accomplish? Like there's always these things that you have to do on a day-to-day basis to just upgrade yourself day in and day out. So what habits have you kind of implemented in your life to help you in every aspect of your baseball career?
Yeah, I mean, from the simple things like working out, getting ready for games, eating right. But for me, I'm a big self-talker. I'm a big believer before games, sitting in my locker and keep saying, I'm the best. This is going to be my day. I'm a big believer in dreaming big, making your goals big. I sit there, listen to some music, and think about the good things that I'm going to do during those games. And, 9 times out of 10, it happens, but baseball's a tough sport.
It is a tough sport.
I'm a big self-talker. That's the habit I gotten into, and I believe in it very much truly because, if you're out there just going through the motions and not understanding whether it's your body or your mind, physical things, you're going to be in trouble. So for me, self-talk, knowing that I've been there before, and just having as much fun as possible. And other habits are talking to young kids before games and
Mhm.
trying to teach them the rights and wrongs of baseball and in life too as well. And I think those are really good habits to have.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's a great answer. I mean, it's so cool because the self-talk I think is so important because I played college basketball actually, but just having like mental movies about what you're gonna do during the game and like picturing yourself in a certain situation, it kind of tends to occur in real life once you
Yeah.
picture yourself doing certain things and then you get into that exact moment.
Yeah. And I mean, listen, you see it on TV. In baseball, you're going to fail more than you succeed. And that's what I think people need to understand. That my motto is if you can accept failure but never expect failure, you're going to be fine. So you fail, say, Pete Rose he got a hit every 10 at bats, he got 3 hits.
Yeah.
So 70% he's going to fail. So I can accept it, but I'm never going to expect it to fail when I go up to the plate.
No.
Your mind is going to be there, your body's going to be there, and if you do fail, you're like, all right, well, you're pissed off. Don't get me wrong,
Mhm.
but next time I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him next time. Positive mental thought.
Yeah, and especially baseball. It's. I used to play a lot when I was younger. I'm more so basketball, tennis now, but
All right,
baseball is such a tough sport.
sure.
I never played that competitively where I was getting 100-mile-per-hour fastballs thrown at me, but like I just know, like even playing when I was like 8 to 10 years old, it's a really hard sport. Like,
And especially at that age, the world's coming down on you if you strike out. So
oh yeah, exactly. And it's
yeah,
not hard to not strike. It's hard to not strike out.
yeah, exactly. Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's like that's the mental part of baseball I think is the toughest part just because there's so little action that you have, whether it's going up to like to bat and you have 1 or 2 chances to just get a hit, and then if you strike out, you have to deal with that for another 2 or 3 innings before you get back to bat again. I think that has to be one of the toughest things because you
Yeah,
can't
and
think about doing a mistake.
people really don't understand. Like, I don't care if you're Mike Trout, to Max Scherzer, to some of the greats to ever play. You're gonna have your mind is gonna be battling back and forth. Like, all right, fastball, fastball, no curveball, no curveball. I got this. Little self doubt. There's your mind is going a mile a minute.
Yeah,
And you see the best hitters. They take a step back, take a deep breath, let it flow in out through the nose, out through the mouth. The next thing your best times of playing is when you're not thinking anything. You're just going up there,
just doing your
and
thing.
understanding how good you are, and let your hands and let your body work because you've done it thousands and thousands of times.
Exactly. That's exactly right. Also, like I wanted to say in terms of the mental game, like obviously when a pitcher is in like the top of the ninth or something, they're a closer is trying to close the game, obviously. And let's say there's like 2 men on base, no outs. Like I
Yeah.
feel like that's at that point it's all mental. They're like, all right, I need to get a strikeout and then a double play or something like that.
Exactly.
It's just an emotional roller coaster, I bet,
Oh,
especially
without
in
a
that
doubt.
position.
And a lot of pitchers, and hitters too, they drop the F bombs here, maybe trying to psych themselves up or, yell at themselves. I've seen pitchers
Yeah.
just look at the ground and start yelling at themselves. Or a
Yeah.
batter grip his teeth on his shirt to try and, get his focus on something else. So there's a lot of different things, and especially in sports, you can do. Only and the great hitters I ask all the time, and I try and be like that. And most of the time I can't do it. But yes, it's that back and forth battle between good and evil in your brain for sure.
Oh yeah,
Definitely. I agree
you're
with
always
you.
battling, especially. But so one of the things I also wanted to ask is like, was there throughout your career, was there like that defining moment before you made it to MLB, right before? Is there that one moment that you knew that this is my shot and I'm gonna make the MLB and I'm gonna become this star? Was there a defining moment, or like how long did you dream about becoming the player that you wanted to become?
I think there was 2 moments. I think my junior year in college, I was the unanimous winner of MVP in the Big East. I tore it up. I hit like 24 home runs, 22 home runs, something like
Wow.
that. And I honestly, not cocking this, but I couldn't be stopped. It was just one of those years where I took off, and then my advisor at the time was like, "Hey, listen, you're probably going to go first round, if not first round supplemental," which I did. I was like, "All right, this is pretty cool." But then the second time was when probably I went from Double A to Triple A, and I'm like, I can hang with these guys.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Double A, I did really well. Triple A, it took me a little while to get going, but I figured it out. But once I knew I could hang with these, because there's a lot of AAA when I played, there was a lot of ex-major leaguers and up-and-coming stars. So you're facing guys that have been to big leagues for 3, 4, 5 years, and you're doing well against them. It's like, all right, I could do this. And those are probably two defining moments for me.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, those are like those are the ones that uplift you the most,
No
Like,
doubt.
they give you that sense of hope, that sense of, wow, I've made it. Like, I
No doubt.
finally fulfilled the thing I've been dreaming for so long,
Yep, for sure. And for me, my first call-up was crazy because I got called up in Philadelphia. I had like 60 people there, friends and family, excuse me. And then I struck out first at bat, and then they sent me back down to AAA because they need another pitcher. And Dusty Baker's like, dude, I've never done this before. I was so pissed off because I had like 6 busloads coming the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And, 2 months later, they called me up, and I never looked back after that. But it was gut-wrenching. Once I was tearing it up. I was batting over 300 in AAA. I was crushing it. And I went back down. I dropped like 40 points, but I still got called up. And 2 months later, because of an injury, I said, I'm not letting this one go by. And I finally got called up again.
Yeah, that's so good. Oh my God. So Todd, obviously you have a beautiful family, and how have you been able to? Because I know it must be difficult because balancing an MLB life and raising your kids and maintaining a beautiful family. How does that sort of how have you been able to balance it so successfully?
Yeah, I mean, it first starts with my wife. She's a beast. She's the rock of the family. She has to do everything. She has to be the good guy. She has to be the bad guy, especially when I'm not home. And it's funny. I come home, I'm like, get to your room. And they're like, okay, Dad. So I got to figure that out now since I'm home a lot more. But, yeah, she's the best. My wife does everything. She cooks, cleans, bathes them, all that kind of stuff. And when I come home, I just try and follow the lead because she is Mighty Mouse. She does everything. And then I come home and I wreck everything. So she gets mad. But at the end of the day, I'm trying to be super dad here with coaching them and teaching them the rights and wrongs. And school's coming up soon. So I can't wait to be Mr. Dad again. So it's a lot of fun.
That's Yeah, I mean, obviously, family comes first always, regardless of what you do. So that's really awesome to hear that you've been able to successfully balance it out while getting yelled at for making a mess.
Of course, of course. It's that back and forth. You try and keep your wife as happy as possible, but some days are better than others.
Definitely.
Oh yeah, for sure. And now you're just trying to aspire to be like her at home. I mean, now you got really to focus in on being that big guy at home besides on just the baseball field.
I'll let her keep being a bad guy, and then I'll go in afterwards while they're crying. But hey, listen, Daddy's not mad. So keep your head up. We'll do it again tomorrow. Don't worry. And then they get them laughing.
Yeah, absolutely. So Todd, do you have like any like rituals that you kind of do, like something that you do day in and day out to kind of ground yourself into like more of the present moment, to like if you're like stressing about anything, whether it's an upcoming game or how you did on a previous performance? Is there something that you can always rely on to get you back to, okay, I am this person, I'm going to keep succeeding any way I can?
Yeah, I think 2 things. For me, when I'm struggling or had a bad day, playing baseball, I jump right into the cold tub. And people are like, why do you, I mean, not, and they're like, oh, all right, to get your body, get the blood flow. And it's not because of that, because you're in the cold tub, you're grinding out, you let everything out. And mentally, you're just mad because you're in the ice. And it's like, all right, let me get everything out of here. I'm going to stay in here for a while and focus. And once I'm out of there, I'm freezing my butt off, and I'm like, all right, everything's gone, that's it, bottom line. And I also like riding a bike, man. I go out and ride the bike for like a mile, just a slow ride, and just to get my mind, whatever I'm thinking about, and either get rid of some things or focus on what I need to get ready and prepare just to get away. And then I come back and I be myself. So nice little stroll around the park, and I'm back to myself.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, you always have to have those outlets. I mean, I feel like it's so important in any big sport that you have to play is
No
to
doubt.
find that outlet where you can just recondition yourself and go back to your almost default setting where you're not stressing about too many things like left and right, you know?
Exactly. A good movie helps too every once in a while.
It does.
Yeah. What's your favorite movie? What's your favorite movie?
Oh man, I got my favorite movie. I would have to say, besides all the baseball movies, I love Major League and all those. Like there's one Undercover. It's called the Count of Monte Cristo. Cristo. Have you ever heard of that movie?
I have actually. I have
Yeah.
not seen it though.
Yeah.
But
So
I
he
know
basically got framed for his best friend framed him for murder, or I don't know, it was murder or stealing things or whatever. He went to jail, found a way to get out, and then he came back, and nobody thought it was him, and he found all this gold on this map somebody told him about, became this rich man, and actually got his wife back, and ended up killing the guy that screwed him over. So it's an old school movie. It's a good one, but it's really good.
Oh yeah, I'm a big movie enthusiast. Do you know the movie Good Will Hunting?
Oh yeah. What was that? Matt Damon in that one, and
Yeah.
Robin Williams. Yes, very
Robin
good.
Williams. That's definitely my favorite movie by far.
Very
I just
good.
love the message.
They did a really good job in that movie for sure.
Oh yeah. Are you a Tampa Bay Bucks fan or?
Yeah, I am, man. I this is the shirt I was rocking today. They lost yesterday, but
Crazy.
I've been a Mike Allstott fan since like 2000, and worked on Derek Brooks, John Lynch, to name a few, with Monty Kiffin. But yeah, I was so ecstatic when we got Tom Brady. I didn't.
Yeah.
I was
We're like, all right, we're getting a ring.
yeah, and everybody keeps saying, "Oh, you're a bandwagon guy." No, I've got jerseys signed from Tampa Bay guys. I got helmets. I got the whole spiel. So I've always been a Tampa Bay fan.
And honestly, I really think they could run it back this year because
With Tom Brady's involved, you never know what
right,
can happen.
it's never and their receiving core is their defense is stacked. Their receiving core is stacked. It's
They'll have a mediocre, what is it, regular season like they did. I think they're 11-6 or 10-6, and then when the playoffs come on, your mind just switches. Like it's crazy how that happens.
yeah, Brady's mind that's always been something I've been fascinated with Tom Brady. His mindset is
Oh my god!
I can't even I can't even put it into words how sick it is. Everything he does, it's just
It's the coolest thing in the world.
And he's what is he, 43, 44?
Something like that. He's like, he's up there. Still doing it.
Maybe 80, like winning series. He's gonna win his 20th.
That'd be cool. That'd be really cool.
Yeah, Todd. So where do you see yourself? So do you plan on playing baseball like after you retire, or like how much longer do you think you have?
I'm going to try one more year. I'm going to try and make a team in spring training if I get an invitation, which I think I have a couple outlets just in case. And then if I don't make it, I'll probably hang them up. And, that'll be it, because I'm not going to be like guys like, oh, man, I need to keep going.
Right.
I've had a good career my whole life.
At a point, you're just don't want.
You got to be realistic with yourself,
Exactly.
So
yeah.
I got 3 kids. I'm enjoying being home right now. I'm having a good time, but I don't want to look back on my career and be like, man, maybe I should have tried one more year. Well, I'm going to try it and see what happens. Move on from there, go from there, and then you never know. I have a couple outlets. I can do a couple things if I wanted to, but I might hang out for a couple years and just enjoy family time. And like I said, I have a few outlets I can look forward to, but at the end of the day, it's more family time for me.
Definitely.
And you can't be mad at that. I mean, you've had such a successful career, and all you can do is just enjoy the rest of what you have, look back on what you did, and now spend some time with your family and just reconvene and just
enjoy the things I built here at my house. So I got a basketball court, a little swimming pool. I want to enjoy it full. I'll have my first full summer next year if I'm not playing, which would be my first since like 2003, pretty much. So it'd be crazy.
Yeah,
That's
absolutely.
nuts.
That's awesome, man. Well, Todd, we're about done with this podcast, so I'm just very happy that we got to have you on board. I mean, this has been a great conversation, great to know you, and I'm so glad you got to come on to the podcast. I mean, you have a great mind and a very successful career. It's great to hear all the things you've done.
Thank you very much, man. I had a blast with you.
Yeah, again, thanks so much, Todd, for coming on, talking to us. It was really fun getting to know you more. Yeah.
Keep crushing it out there, man. You guys are both doing a really good job, man. Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Really appreciate
All right,
it. This is the Conscious Minds Podcast. I'm your host, Chris Holbert. And that's all. That's a wrap, guys. We'll see you next time.